The air was thick with magic. It always was in the Canondor mines. Blueheart grew in tall stretches like fingers desperately clawing toward the surface. The miners worked quickly and silently, patched gray skin stitched together over the years of undead servitude. Shadowlings were a convenient source for unscrupulous physical labor, or as they called them here, the unsleeping dead. Drestia was careful to keep herself away and out of sight. She was only a dusk. Her ascendant's ceremony still a crisp, if distant, memory. So her command over the Risen was shaky on the best of days. She didn't need to be swarmed by Laristus loyal goons over this. She kept the light, twisting it around her. It was rare for the Mortani to have specialties in light or fire, so security wasn't as tight in areas lit by torch, candle, or magic. They watched and squinted at shadows. They weren't looking for the slight haze of light magic, mirages as it refracted off of her in camouflage. He walked out the way she walked in, state secrets tucked away in a pale Moor Beast's messenger bag. Rava was waiting for her, already saddled, which was nice. Nox didn't tend to ride Rava, so he must have thought of her specifically when he sent his snow-white wyvern. She hated it. She didn't want to hate it. Rava was sweet, and Nox was well-meaning, but the colorless gleam of the scales in the sunlight made her angry. Drestia missed color, and all the black and white and gray that surrounded both of them did was drag those feelings up to the surface. She slid onto Rava and tapped her twice, the signal for takeoff. The wyvern raised its head and sniffed at the air before shooting off. It would track Nox anywhere, so to Nox they would go. The wind whipped through her hair as she thought of the Starage, the watchman. He had been a Night Soul not too long ago in her memory, but that person and who he was now were two very different people. The Night Soul was a leader, loud, expressive, sometimes even violent in his emotional ocean. The Orikar was reserved, struggling through sentence fragments through a fog of distraction and sound. He was another person who climbed the social ladder and reached the peak, only to find he had traded one plateau for another. Emotion for power, control for subservience, hope for inevitability. Drestia was older than him. Most people her age had ascended farther in the rungs. She had seen who he was and who he would have been and who he is now. He was strong, but strength wasn't an asset for Orikar, especially for young Orikar. Now he was Stragi, and she was his only tie, a handler and a rock in his fog. She readied her dagger, pulling it slowly out from her messenger bag. And now she was betraying him. She plunged the dagger into Rava's heart. She hoped they both died screaming.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist, Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
I'm Cassidy. I play Matthias, the Rift of Typhon.
I'm Tele, and I play Adalaie, the Rift of Nemesis.
I'm Sonya. I play Emma, the Rift of Athena.
I'm Juno, and I play Jane, the Rift of Hera.
And Simon, who plays Aron, the Rift of King David, and Selena, who plays Mara, the Rift of Hades, will be joining us later in the episode. So, Where we last left off, a rend had formed in the crew, splitting them distinctly now into two very separate groups. One group is determined to make their way to the capital of Belanaran, Solaris. But we are not focusing on this group today, so say goodbye to Tele. She's here, but in spirit. Only in spirit. To
You can
give
make
her,
offhanded comments.
her chat and just slightly judgmental commentary in
Okay.
Adalaie fashion.
You will hear everyone else mention some form of comment I make.
Yes. We will see you more in the next episode. Whereas the second group is in the Denal, heading toward Laristus, an underground haven where Nox has said that more Kingmakers, specifically Kai, Alyssa, Gabriel, Nina, and Lucille, are being held. And of course, this changed some votes very quickly into the let's go to the Denal camp. So we pick up with our party still in the boat, getting ready in the aftermath directly after the fight.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
And Nox will walk back over to the group because in the end it was just Adalaie and him talking, and he will communicate to the group Adalaie's firm no.
All right then. I guess off we go to Laristus then.
I feel like we should have expected that, but for some reason I really thought she would come.
Yeah. But I mean, at least we'll have some more people. We won't be alone.
Not what I'm worried about. I'm a little worried because nobody else was throwing any punches up until I literally went down. What is up with that, guys?
Oh wait, I'm a ghost.
Hazel speaks. I would have had to touch the monster to do anything to it.
I don't blame you. You have a specific set of limitations. I'm mostly talking to the people who literally have blue heart weapons with them that are ranged. I'm gonna look straight at Athena. It's Athena right now.
Yes. Athena is looking at her nails.
I'm not super familiar with mythology, but isn't archery one of your things?
A lot of things are my things.
You decided to not use any of those things?
Not for you.
Shit, I guess I deserved that one.
Mhm.
Look, guys, I got really bad. Our goal should be to get in and get them out of there with little resistance as possible. Well, I think anyone who can snoop and sneak would be best.
I'm literally a ghost. I cannot be seen except for by Nox. This could work wonderfully.
Nox will repeat this.
Well,
I can
assuming
go through walls.
Nox can see you, knowing Nox can see you, we don't know if that's just Orcar that can see you, or...
Nox, it's your thing to see me, right? And none of the other Orcai would be able to?
It is my specialty. See the unseen.
Okay, so it's Nox's thing. So maybe the other Orcar won't see you.
Different Orcar have different specializations.
The Orcar that has our friends, do you know what specialization he has?
Laristus,
They
he, and
prefer
Tharana,
pronouns are he.
she. Laristus and Tharana are the two Orcars that live in Laristus. Both of them are old and powerful. Laristus had focused on battlefield commandment, and Tharana on secrecy.
So they're probably going to be able to out-sneaky snoop us. So
I would imagine quite easily.
Them perhaps, but not me. If they can't see me, I can easily find them. But getting them out would be harder for me.
just for ease sake, can we assume that Nox is now translating for Emma
Yes.
unless said otherwise? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I can literally go through floors. I would say look at this, but you guys can't see me, so.
She is currently
I'm
going
not
through the
gonna-
floor of the boat
Yes.
for demonstration.
And like just out of curiosity, I was like full on impaled, right?
Mhm.
To like the center of the chest or like shoulder where?
Shoulder. It wasn't a death wound. It was just a hurt,
Okay.
very badly
Badly.
wound.
So I have a huge gash in my shirt.
No,
and, like, probably,
because
like,
between your own regenerative abilities,
Okay.
Jane
But the
and
shirt.
Hazel, again, you
Okay.
brought the only two healers that you have access to, so like you're in a good spot. You're healed.
And
So I listened back to the episode, and you technically had a -1 ongoing that you didn't count because of your fish status.
Oh, the fish.
What?
It's gone now.
wait, what?
You chose to take the one electrocution from the fish when you ate it, and you didn't count it throughout it. I listened back to it, but it doesn't matter. I don't think it would have changed much.
No, I'm pretty sure I was pretty far ahead of all of those rolls except
Yeah,
for that
so.
final one.
The fish
So-
would have killed you.
It's gross. See, this is why we don't eat animals that we don't know anything
This
about.
is why we
all-
don't bite random
Consider
animals.
all statuses healed.
Okay. All status is healed.
Not that I can get any
Guys
status.
have been floating on the ocean for a couple hours, so between Hazel and Jane.
And was Catalina able to recover my spear, or is it gone?
No, she recovered it.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
this
you
is so
still-
useful.
You still have your spear, don't worry. I won't take that away from you yet.
Because it seems like I'm the only one that uses it.
Emma has a running excuse, and I don't think
I can't
Jane's is
do
long
anything.
distance.
No, it's a bow staff.
Yeah.
And a dagger. And also, I did attack the
Yeah.
monster.
Jane is the one that got both of the creatures to run away, so if anything, she did a lot of the heavy lifting. Matthias did a lot of the distracting,
Yeah.
which is his job as a glowing human being.
And while he was doing
Aaron
that, I made
protected
sure
you
everyone
in a
died.
bubble.
And because audio medium, no one can see it, but I'm doing double cowabunga symbols with my hands, both bro symbols.
Yeah, but without, if there is nothing else you wish to talk about, well, you are adrift. Give you a moment to think of anything.
I am, out of curiosity, would Matthias have been able to gauge about how heavy an object Ezekiel is able to lift with his powers?
Not very heavy.
Not very heavy.
It's-
Not himself.
It doesn't seem he can lift anything heavier than himself.
Okay.
Well, he wasn't able to lift the swim trunks. Is that because they were holding him up?
Yeah, it was because he's sinking.
It's
Which,
his weight and the swim trunks and everything else he's wearing as well.
Yeah.
And being weighed down by water.
Oh yeah, that too.
so I'm gonna take the dagger that I got in the labyrinth, and I'm gonna like take a piece of cloth or something and like wrap it up.
Which dagger is this? Is this the lightning dagger?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
boy.
lightning dagger. And I'm gonna like wrap it up,
You could have shot
like,
the
all the way
electric
up,
fish
like-
back.
like I'm gonna mummify it, the dagger, and I'm gonna hand it to Ezekiel.
Oh.
Look at me.
He looks at you.
This is gonna go in your backpack, but it is yours. and I don't want you physically using
My
it. I don't want you
backpack
to.
was on the ship.
Oh,
Aww.
I can go look for it.
I think it's unsalvageable.
Oh.
Okay. I will get you a new backpack, probably an even cooler one. This one unfortunately won't have Paw Patrol on it. But when something scary like that is happening, you need to use your powers. Do you remember your powers? How you can throw stuff with it?
Mm-hmm.
And your goal should be to throw this at whatever scary thing is happening to you. And if I am with you, ask me first. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Emma, you see Lero be like, I'll aim for the eyes.
No.
Side. Doing like a little yes motion and looking at the dagger with like,
Don't let him hurt himself, please.
not himself.
Any boss?
We'll
Oh
see.
boy.
Matthias is gonna make like a little makeshift belt out of some cloth or something. I'm sure someone has extra fabric.
Is there seaweed in the ocean or something? I don't know.
Make him like a little pirate belt. Oh my god!
Yeah.
You're
Use a bunch
already
of
all
seaweed
sopping
together.
wet, so.
We just get some seaweed, or well, do they have seaweed? What is the equivalent?
They have something that looks like seaweed. It's a different color.
It doesn't electrocute us when we touch it, though, right?
No. It is
Okay.
not the, what did you name it? The
Electricus,
Hold on, I have it written down.
Maticus,
Fishicus?
I have it written down.
I know all the
It
last
is
one
called
would be Fishicus.
It's Gloicus, Fishicus, Electricus.
The Gloicus Fishicus Electricus. It is not the same. It's pure white in color.
Oh,
I will.
interesting. I try to find a big piece and then try to get Knox to point them towards it.
I need to write that down. White seaweed.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, Ashley, you're making that recipe I was planning very difficult.
Always.
Well, it depends on what it tastes like.
I live to make the cookbook more difficult to accomplish.
We'll find a way.
Taste the seaweed?
Uh,
You want to do that? You want to do that
Remember
again?
what happened last time?
no.
He
He
did
did not
first.
put this. He's gonna look at Knox. Is this safe to consume?
I do not eat.
Would I die if I put it in my mouth?
Likely no, but I would not.
Okay. It's just gonna make a little belt out of it.
We should try cooking like a small piece over time.
Oh.
Yeah, rip off a little piece and just shove it in his hair.
Okay. You do so. It doesn't
It's
smell
going
like
to
seaweed.
burn.
If you want
It
to,
doesn't smell. What does it
it
smell
doesn't
like?
smell quite as strongly as seaweed does. It kind of smells like salt.
It just smells like
Salt
salt.
plant.
It's
The
white.
salt plant.
It's a salt
mean, you-
plant.
You guys took a dive into the ocean. It's not a saltwater ocean.
Oh.
Guys,
We
it's
have
nothing
been
to all the salt.
Debating whether or not we're gonna be safe because of dehydration this whole
It's not a
time.
saltwater
And
ocean.
it's not salt water.
No, it's fresh water. You could probably have just gotten away with drinking this.
Oh my god.
Wait a second. Guys, maybe that plant just absorbs all the salt.
Oh. That's a good idea.
These are making me want to eat it now.
Eat it.
Well, if
I
it's
dare
really
you.
just super salty.
Knox will repeat that, of course.
If it's just super
I'm
not.
eat it,
I'm
but
not
it
gonna
might
eat
not
it.
taste
No, the
great.
last time I put something in my mouth, it didn't end well.
I would eat it, but I can't.
For some reason, I have the image in my head of Bettina just putting her hand out and like shoving a whole bunch in her mouth.
No. Does not happen.
Damn it.
Okay.
And if you're done, Nox will gesture to the little bracelet he has on his wrist. If you all wish to go now.
Yeah.
But, like, is there gonna just be a giant glowing boat bumping against the border?
They're gonna wonder how
We
that
don't know
like to-
how long this stuff lasts.
Would you like to take the boat with you?
No,
No.
it's fine. I was just curious.
Imagine that we're docking at like an underground base, and there's just a giant glowing.
It'll distract all the fallen Orocar.
The circle for
Yeah.
Laristus is a little ways outside of the city. Most of the circles are for security reasons. We'll meet
Let's do this.
your friends there a little later. We'll go back out to get them. Dreamer, teleportation is not instantaneous, unfortunately. It does take some time. And he will raise his hand if you all wish to go, and he'll. All of you will kind of feel this. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna put on the crown and try to. Can I disguise myself as an Orocar?
You can make yourself look like anything.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
A more shadowy Orocar, or something more along the lines of Nox.
Something closer to Nox.
Okay, he looks at you quizzically, but he doesn't say anything.
You're gonna be a more.
When you look at me, do you still see my human self?
I saw the magic ripple over you, but I can see past it.
Others might not be able to.
Might not. But might not also, so.
Some magic will ripple over the group. There is a blinding clap and flash of light. And once the light fades and you blink a little, you are somewhere else.
Ezekiel. We just teleported, dude.
But it is going from the kind of warm coastline to absolute frigidness.
Ooh.
Wait, I'm a ghost. Can I even?
Oh,
feel
are we
cold?
all soaking wet still?
Yes.
Oh.
To
Gather
catch,
around-
welcome back to the episode. Simon, who plays Aron, Frankel Rift of King David, joining us now at the dramatically appropriate moment.
What's going down?
You guys just teleported from the sea to Laristus. And it has gone from a slightly warm coastline to frigid. It is snowing out. There are craggy mountains surrounding you, along with floating islands
No, they do that sometimes.
around places, and these huge trees that kind of look like petrified wood, so they're white and gray in nature and color, and no leaves. Look kind of dead. In the very gray and white surroundings.
Floating islands. Do I feel cold even?
No.
Oh,
It goes.
okay.
You're fine. Just as you are not soaking wet, you're good.
Let's gather around Matthias and sing the campfire song. The CAMPFIRESONG song. She's gonna be like
I don't think it'd be a campfire.
trying to get him to move.
But
Thing here
it is
where the
this,
snow
where you
is
landed, is this huge stone platform that glows, has little, like, black inlay. They seem to be made of a different material, in a complex runic circle.
Oh, a teleportation room. Lovely.
There
Oh, yeah.
are people. Grayish skin, darker hair, in full blue heart, like head to toe armor.
Oh man.
standing next to it, and they go forward to when they see you guys, but when they see Nox, they hold back sort of immediately. And a little bit for the disguised Jane as well.
Okay.
So it's frigid and we're all soaked. I want to immediately pick up Ezekiel and do the thing where I put him underneath the shirt in the cocoon of
hypothermia.
body warm.
He's immediately started shivering, so he grabs onto you.
Oh, guys, hypothermia is a major problem because you guys are wet and now we're in snowy place. So dry
I
clothes would
forgot
be
to
a good
take in
idea.
mind that humans are sensitive to temperature.
Yes.
Excuse me for not warning you. But the guards step back and make themselves non-intrusive.
Jane makes a mental note that, like, clearly, being, like, the disguise of being an Orcar is more advantageous than being a human.
Yeah.
I mean, you get some weird looks. It's clearly not normal, but they recognize Nox.
Okay.
And they don't say anything. They just observe quietly in the background. We will meet up with Drimmer and the rest of your party here. At a later time, she will contact me when she's arrived. Until then, we should probably go into the city central. It's
Make
warmer
sure we don't
there.
freeze.
And you kind of turns you guys to face the opposite direction, where this huge mountain is next to you guys, and next to that, on either side of this large entryway leading deep, deep down, are these huge, shining, sapphire blue statues. One is of a man in armor with a spear that seems to be crackling with some sort of energy. And the other is a woman in a stylized gown wielding magic. These statues are completely made of blue heart. They're huge.
I'm gonna ask Nox how how is blue heart made? Or where do you get it?
It is mined from the mountains.
Who are those statues of?
Laristus and Thrana, respectively.
So
Are they
I take,
actually that big, or?
like, blue heart is a sign of power here, obviously. But yeah, let's make our way to the city first.
Nox will nod to the guards and lead you guys down. Immediately as you start going into the cavern, the temperature begins to change. It doesn't get hot, but it gets nicer in temperature.
No hypothermia.
Yeah, so you can see reddish-colored runes every so often on the higher ceilings, but the ceiling gets almost taller as you go down. It seems like the whole mountain is like hollowed out, because this, as you go down, this is probably the biggest city you've seen here. Reminds you a little bit of the Labyrinth city on a much, much larger scale. Everything is made of gray, black, or white stone.
I have a question. Would this mountain happen to be misty?
Sure.
It's a misty mountain. Okay, that's all I needed to know. I'm sorry.
But as you go down, something that smells good, like a smell of a million different foods, catches your nose. And there is some music on the wind.
Oh boy, guards.
That is seemingly echoing throughout the streets, of which are kind of almost packed with people.
Oh.
Most of them gray skin, white or black hair. Some of them completely black skin or completely white skin as well. Some with like odd assortments of horns and tails and weird, not quite human adornments. And there are stalls every so often marking the entry street and going deeper into the town, and the music fills the air quite nicely. And it gets a little louder as you walk into the city central. And people are dancing, talking, laughing, playing carnival games, it looks like. Like some sort of festival is going on.
Is there an event today, Nox? Or
Perhaps. I do not live in the city, so I'm not privy to their schedules.
are there any like symbols that are recurrent throughout the decorations?
Clearly some sort of like kingdom symbol for Laristus is common.
Okay.
Otherwise, symbols of crowns and scepters.
So maybe a anniversary of the royalty or a coronation of some sort. I don't know.
Maybe there's a bunch of people walking. You do get a little strange looks because you are the only people except for, it looks like children. There are children with pale skin that is normal colored. And colorful hair as in comparison to their surroundings of normal. Everyone wears blacks, grays, or whites, so it is very monochrome color. But the kids don't look like these dusks as you would know them.
They look human.
Yes.
Oh.
Running around, playing and laughing.
So then you said there's a lot of people dancing. What kind of dances would they be doing?
Some of it's not formal, like it's just bobbing to the ambient music that's being played there are different bands positioned all throughout town, all the city, playing different songs. But if you get closer to one of the areas where they are just dancing, kind of like folk dancing. Everyone has like a partner and they're all switching partners every so often in time with the music and it's generally having a good old time.
I know.
Yes.
Do dusks have human children?
Yes.
Oh, and then they turn into dusks later? How it works?
When they reach the age, they take the ascendance ceremony
Oh,
from dusks.
I see. Makes sense.
Are these children at the correct age?
What age is
You
he?
have to reach adulthood.
Okay.
You are all right around the age where one would become a dusk.
So it wouldn't be unreasonable to... Is there a specific day that this ceremony has to take place?
It is traditional to happen on your 20th birthday.
So
Oh.
it would be reasonable that we could all be here to take the ceremony or something along that line.
Reasonable excuse.
Perhaps.
Most of us are younger than 20.
Hazel is probably the one getting the weirdest looks because she's the oldest.
Yeah.
Matthias at this time has taken Ezekiel out and is now swaying back and forth with him.
Yeah, Ezekiel gets the least strange looks. He blends right in.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you start dancing, you kind of get swept up into the dancing crowd because when they start dancing, they do they dance with you.
I would
Very
like to
communal
call a
feeling.
flashback.
Ooh.
What tone of this flashback, may I ask, as we pull away?
It is actually a quite happy flashback. So
Fantastic. That is good to know. So as we pull away, What do we see?
So the scene starts, it's kind of a lot more somber. You see a younger Matthias in probably early in high school, who is leaning over a journal, like almost in tears of frustration, in a local looking cafe. No one says anything to him, but a woman with red hair tied right in the top of her head in a tight bun walks up and slips a couple of pamphlets on the table he's at, and she quickly walks away. And on those pamphlets there are, it seems like it's an advertisement for a new dance school that's in need of, it's both advertisements for a job, for like work, and like advertisements for students. And then we flash forward probably 2 weeks to Matthias mopping floors in a dance studio while looking over a partition into another studio where a bunch of girls are doing ballet. We flash forward maybe 3 days, and there is a dialogue going on over text with him and a friend, where and this particular friend, his name is Sean, and Matthias texts Sean and Matthias's text says, "I don't know, man, I'm actually really interested in it, but I feel like I haven't gotten the time and really don't want to be doxxed for it at school." And Sean's response is, "Hey, maybe you are going to get doxxed for it at school, but who gives a shit, right?" And that's where that conversation ends. And then it flashes forward a couple weeks later, where Matthias is approaching the redhead woman with the ballet bun. And there aren't any words to the conversation, but you watch as the woman gets exceedingly excited and starts writing stuff down and is talking, and then starts showing Matthias moves right there in the lobby. And then maybe 3 days in the future, Matthias is standing in the back of a group of 13-year-olds, half girls and half boys, and he's almost 17 looking, standing in the back of this group, and is copying along to a beginner's ballet lesson after what seems to be and then after that he packs up and goes and starts cleaning the studios. And then there are scenes of a montage of Matthias practicing ballet and talking to his mom about how the applications of ballet are helping in track and stuff like that, and he feels so much better now. And it's mostly just a scene of how Matthias found ballet as an outlet for his emotions. And then,
And we pull back into the music. And I will award you 1 juice for that flashback.
yeah.
And the music changes a bit as the set changes. You all...
Would it be weird for one of you guys to ask what the festival is about? Because I think it's kind of good we know.
Does anyone want to do that?
Can Matthias pass Ezekiel off to Emma? Or not Emma, off to Jane. Because Emma's not Emma right now. He probably went
Gotta give your kid to Athena.
Emma. We were about to hand him to Emma and then like turned to Jane last second and was like,
Yeah.
And then would like to approach. Is there anybody on the floor that doesn't look super weirded out by Matthias?
I mean, you get some strange glances, but they're not like glaring at you or anything. It's just like, oh, that's strange. Go back to what you're doing.
All right, you're glowing. I forgot about that.
Can Matthias offer his hand to whoever looks the most friendly to like dance?
Sure, it is maybe a younger looking dusk girl with very, very short pixie cut white hair, and she gives you a huge, huge smile, and she twirls you around old-fashioned style and dips you to the music. Hello, stranger.
Hi. What is everyone celebrating? Seems pretty cool in here.
Yes, it is Coral McKeer. The Laristus called it early this year.
It's a what now?
Oh, you must not be from here. Excuse me. It is Founding Day.
Founding Day, and it was called early?
Mm-hmm. It's still a couple weeks away, and they called it early this year, the festival.
Why?
You always take an excuse to celebrate. And she'll like pass you off to a different partner as she twirls away.
Oh.
Okay. And Matthias will continue dancing until someone tells him to leave.
No one's gonna tell you to leave unless they're your group.
Are there any other Oricar dancing?
No. It is very clear that, like, where you guys get weird glances, people move out of the way of Nox. Like, they're careful not to get in his way.
And are there any other Oricar out in the street, right?
No.
No?
There are no other Oricar. There are Dusks and Shadows, the people with the horns and slightly non-human features.
Okay.
But the only people who are like leaking, Nox is the only one who like wears clothing made of complete shadow and has that the look and the like general aura, I suppose, of an Oricar.
A vibe check. So Jane is gonna make sure she's like standing slightly behind Nox, like she's his subordinate, or something, and like not join in the festivities. And she's gonna kind of like, when she's handling Ezekiel, she's gonna like,
Yes.
like does Ezekiel knows it's her, right?
He saw you do it, yeah.
Yeah.
He's 4. He's just developed object permanence.
She will humor him by like twirling him, like holding up her arm so he can twirl around under it, but she's not gonna dance.
And if you guys are interested, there is like carnival games lining the street along with food stands. And like little shop
to
stands.
the carnival game? And like
You're a ghost, but you can't.
I know. I just want to see. Like what people play.
Some of them are like they're real carnival games, like tests of strength or tests of skill. Like pop these like little magic bubbles. Or hit the thing with the hammer and test your strength. Or enter an arm wrestling competition, and they're all for like cute little prizes. Like little leather tokens or crocheted stuffed animals.
I need a way to better communicate with my people, not just through Nox.
Nox, what's the currency of this? Would you know the currency of this particular place?
Silver shades, black shards, and blue monarchs. Shades, shards, and monarchs for short. Shades are the least expensive, monarchs are the most. And he'll pull them out and show them to you. They're coins. The silver shade is a silver coin with a decorative eye on it. Okay, engraved in it. The black shards is these obsidian color coins with like a runic symbol carved into it. And blue monarchs are gold coins with blue heart embedded in it.
Expensive.
So looking around at the people playing these carnival games, are they like
They're
monetary?
playing. They're either like just free, have fun. This is a festival, like this is a community thing, or they caught like shades to play.
Okay.
Especially if they're betting. If they're betting games, people keep upping the ante. But
Matthias-
no one's tossing around monarchs.
Okay. Matthias looks like he's busy dancing, right?
Matthias looks like he's having a grand old time, and like it seems people are getting less weirded out as you guys disperse and join in the celebration. Like Matthias, people start making friendly conversation with you. Some questions you can't answer though, like what tribe are you from?
The one.
One furthest away from here.
Yeah, it's a while away. You wouldn't know it.
They accept that as a truth because the Denal is huge. So
Jane, well, like, is Ezekiel interested in the prizes at any of the stalls?
I mean, yeah, there are some cute little stuffed animals that it looks like a couple of them are little wyverns, like little dragon.
Ooh, okay.
Crocheted
I'm gonna.
in white or black or gray.
Mm-hmm.
Jane is gonna like touch like Aron on the back or like his arm or something to try and get his attention subtly, and she'll be like, why don't we, Ezekiel? Do you think you want to play any of those games?
Yeah. Can I?
She'll look at Aron, like I will, like.
Knox will fish out some shades and he'll give you each 5.
Oh, thank you.
Yourself out.
Like
she'll
an
say,
like arcade tokens.
She'll say like, Aron, I think it might be better if
And
I follow behind you while you guys partake in the festivities. Because I don't see any other Orikar doing that.
Alright.
So I'm gonna hand him Ezekiel's hand.
Zeke will take it and start pulling Aron toward one of those
They're going this
pop
way
the
now.
magic bubbles stands.
Oh wait, and can you guys hear the rain? It's like the rain's really loud in the window. Is it messing with the?
No,
Okay.
the background
it's
music is
raining here
covering up
too.
all your background stuff.
woo, perfect.
I didn't want it to interrupt, but
Nope,
thankfully.
you're good. The only thing we might hear is loud cracks of thunder since it's storming everywhere over there, apparently.
Very
I'm trying
power
to
went
mute
out
myself in
twice.
this thunder. Trying to
Alright.
mute myself when the thunder comes.
But before they walk all the way away, she's gonna
I
turn.
don't think anything stopped, and I think he's a small child on a mission. He has magical bubbles to pop.
Yeah, Ezekiel gets the coins and is like, I'm gonna go win a stuffed animal.
Would it be appropriate for me to like walk behind them, or would that be still off?
Knox doesn't like tell you not to, and that's
Okay.
the only thing. Like, you don't get weird. Like, people move out of your way, but you don't get weird looks. Like
Okay.
the older among you that are not currently disguised get some strange physical glances, but they pass very quickly because you're staying in one area and you're joining in the celebrations like almost
Okay.
immediately. You guys pass some good looking food on your way.
Ezekiel, are you hungry?
And he's like looking at the food, and there's a bunch of different stuff, but all of it looks very strange. Food you've never seen. It just smells good.
Can I roll an investigation check?
You don't have to. I will tell you the truth about this food with
Okay.
just yourself.
Like the question.
Is there anyone that looks particularly unhealthy? Like, this is fair food, right?
Yes, this is absolutely fair food. Like, there is like meat on kebabs stuff for like real food, and there's pastries and drinks being sold.
Here, Ezekiel, why don't you pick
I
something
want
that looks
to.
good for a meal, and maybe later, when Matthijs gets back, we can come and get dessert.
Mm-hmm. And he will find a small sort of curved breaded thing. It doesn't
Small.
smell sweet like a pastry, but it's pretty small. Like, there are bigger ones, but they are curved.
It's a
it is
shredded banana.
sort of pale, almost white
Why?
pastry. And it smells savory and salty.
Okay. Is there like a monetary sign of like how much is this food?
Yeah, they have little like a chalkboard probably.
I'll pay for him for that.
Yeah, and it costs 2 shades.
Okay.
Or what this is called, a wyvern claw.
Oh,
Ooh.
It is.
like a bear claw.
He eats it, and it has like filling inside of it. He that is sort of silvery.
What does it taste like? I wonder.
And he kind of reels back a little, not expecting what it tastes like. He just goes, "It's spicy."
Ooh.
Well, he'll nod and he'll like it, so he'll just keep eating it.
Okay. What are the other options?
So for regular food and or pastries, wyvern claws are these salty pastries, and if you can ask what is in this to the people who are running the stand, and it's filled with a stacota, a mushed vegetable that is kind of spicy, a little bit like a pepper. And then for sweet pastries, there is a weary mooncake. It's a circular pastry that is completely black in color with a shiny purple filling. The pastry's bread is sweet, and the filling, made from a fruit called wereeve, is tart, tasting just a little bit like raspberries.
And those are the two at this stall?
Those are the pastries, and then the food. The kebabs they're selling are called dragget kebabs. Dragget meat is a gray meat that has the consistency of beef but tastes like fish, with a crescent-shaped glowing white vegetable that is juicy, a bit like a tomato in consistency, with an onion-like flavor.
Oh.
How much are the kebabs? 'Cause I assume, are we all hungry by now?
Yeah,
Hey, Doc,
you guys haven't
to
had
save
like.
one of those-
Yeah.
Can you tell me to save one of those mooncakes if I ever get back, please? Really want to taste it.
We'll get those later, because after the carnival games. Aron, are you content to sharing a kebab with me or something like that?
Sure.
I can't remember how old you guys are. You're juniors in college, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to eat. Wait.
So most of you are legal alcoholic beverage drinkers.
Yeah.
And
So
if they weren't, do the rules apply in different dimensions?
no, but I'm just making sure.
Like hypothetically, I feel like those
We'll have no underage drinking here.
You need to set a good example for Ezekiel.
All law followers.
Think great.
If we weren't, I don't think
There is a pale blue alcoholic beverage that's called Thresh that is for sale. And then the non-alcoholic beverage is called Mruska. And it is a hot black beverage, definitely caffeinated, sweet in flavor, kind of buttery, a bit smoky, and it's made from the ground stem of something called a Moriska flower, which is, they kind of have them on display at the stand that's selling those drinks. And it's a purple and black flower that grows underground.
Okay. So I'm not supposed to eat it. I will get one of the drinks and then I will be done.
Mhm.
How many shade is that?
Do you want the alcoholic beverage or the
No, non-alcoholic. And I will let Ezekiel taste the non-alcoholic one.
It is 1 shade for a cup of Moriska.
Okay.
I'm giving you so much more ammunition for your cookbook. Have fun.
Do you know how hard it's gonna be to make a pastry filling that's silver, Ashley?
Hey, I gave you a glowing white vegetable.
We will make do with like some cocoa powder in it or whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna have a time and a half. I told you it was my job to make this cookbook difficult. So that's what I'm doing.
Cooking finds a way.
We'll make the recipe as easy as possible. Yeah.
The kitchen finds a way.
But
Yeah.
Don't.
you guys,
Eventually, can I say that they catch my vision and I'm like, oh, and I follow them?
yes. Music carrying you from one festival booth to another. Spending coins, spending the shades on food or games, as you will.
Is Athena following them, or is she just staying put?
She's following them, and she's given her coins too, and she'll buy some thresh and a wyvern claw, and she'll munch on the way and sip the alcoholic beverage slowly.
Can Emma taste this?
No.
Oh.
Ghost Emma's like,
No, unfortunately not. Your senses do not transfer between your ghostly form and your actual body.
Dang it! I really wanted to taste that.
I assume Nox has come with us if everyone is.
Yeah,
going.
if you guys pull away from different carnival games, what is...
I assume Ezekiel wants to win one of those fluffy plushies or something.
Yes, and he eventually does through the willpower and also slight cheating of having telepathic abilities that let him move around because it's darts, let him move around the darts to hit the magic bubbles.
No one's gonna notice if the dart shifts a little bit to hit the bubble.
Give him a little high five.
He is 4, so shift a little versus what he's gonna do. Maybe giving him a little too much stealth credit.
Just hi, move.
Hey, it's target practice. We should be proud of him anyway.
I'm not gonna say anything until he walks. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I do the same thing with my powers.
Yeah, it's like, you want to talk there?
Yeah.
Jane's gonna give him a high five after he wins the plush.
It's hard for him to carry because it's pretty big in size, but he hugs
I shall
it.
make a glowing cart to transfer the items.
If you get tired of holding it,
Is this gonna be one of those carnival
Aron, I
halls
don't-
where we have like stacks of stuffed animals?
Aron, I don't know.
Ezekiel
if it's a
seems
good
pretty
idea.
happy with just one, but as soon as he realizes he has space for more...
Oh god, what have I done?
Okay. So I handed the 5 shades as well?
Yes, Nox gave everyone 5 shades to spend as he will.
So our goal is as many stuffies as possible. And then what we do with them is we try and make friends.
Wait, I have...
So we take the stuffed animals and you go give them out to kids your age who you think are cool.
Okay, that
And you're
answers
like,
the
here's a
question.
stuffed animal. Will you be my friend now?
Okay, that sounds cool.
Pay people off to be your friend. That might be what's less.
And we can keep your favorite one.
Yeah.
He picks the one that he won first as his favorite. Since he won that by himself and everyone else is on a mission to just win as many stuffed animals as possible at this point. There are other prizes. There are like little blue heart jewelry stuff
Ooh.
for
I
prizes.
want to compete for those.
Those seem to be like the betting games where you arm wrestle, but Matthias, I'm not gonna make you roll. You have super strength.
I act like I struggle. I'm like, ah!
Yeah, you
thought you
would crush the competition.
Second. Just to
Breaks
make
the
them feel
table.
like they're winning for as
Are
long as
there
possible.
Are there like
So-
goods?
Like food or things for prizes, or what do you mean?
No, like cloths or baskets or something.
I mean, yeah, there's
Like-
a bunch of, like, it seems like every booth and game has a different set of prizes. Like, there's some stuffed animals in one, there's some leather working in another, there's, like, little jewelries in another. There's a bunch. And some of them are just stores. Like, some of them are just street stall stores right now. Like, some of them just sell clothing.
Can we find a
Or-
backpack?
You could find bags. They wouldn't be, like, backpack style, but you could find, like, messenger bag style type deal.
I
Okay.
can sew them into backpack.
All the leather is white or black.
Wyvern.
If I
And
only
all of the
wanted-
clothing is white, gray, or black.
And for the betting games, would I had to give up shades?
Yeah, you have to bet, but you get the pot back for betting games.
Okay. So can I roll just to see how much I won
Yeah, sure.
for the arm wrestle thing?
You wouldn't really add anything to this. It's just a luck.
2d6, or do you want me to percent?
2d6, d12. I don't care.
That's 10.
A fair amount. So you probably get. You put in 5. Did you put in all 5, or how many did you put in the pot?
Yeah, I would have put in all 5.
I'm very confident of you.
I have no self-control, so...
Then you get all 5 black plus a shard. Just the next step in the coin. For reference, a shard is worth 10 shades.
Ooh.
How much are the backpacks I find? Because if it's more than what I have, I'm gonna try to find Matthias.
It's more than what you have. Like if you're looking to buy them, there's some like that could be for like winning a game.
Okay.
What kind of game to win the backpack?
Yeah.
Disguised as an Orocar Jane.
I that's why I'm getting Matthias.
Making other people do all the gaming for you.
Well, I feel like it's kind of weird if I'm joining.
Yeah, I mean, Nox doesn't.
Yeah, so I feel like it's supposed to be the Orocar in this situation or the Overseers or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't want to draw unnecessary attention to me when nobody knows who I am anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're just walking around with a bunch of animals in a glowing cart. Nothing suspicious around us.
Yeah. I mean, you get weird looks when you use your abilities, but, like, this is a very magical city. Like, people make if they can't hold their prize, they just make them levitate with wind magic.
But I'll direct Matthias towards the places with the bags or whatever.
Where am I going? Bags? Yes. Ezekiel, gotta get you a bag, dude.
Yeah!
And so what's that game like?
This one, would be one that maybe a bit harder for you to participate in because it is magic. It looks to be a Ring of Fire type game of directing with your mind with a little device these stones through a obstacle course of fire, and the more you get through without getting burned is the higher point total you get.
I
That's what it's
apologize.
Video games.
My cognitive abilities are not quite as high. I turn straight to Hazel.
She'd take it. And she does it quite easily. And she wins enough to get the bag and get herself something. She'll get herself one of the blue heart jewelry.
Ooh.
Some earrings, which she'll switch out her regular earrings with.
And we're all still in wet clothes, right?
It's drying.
I would like to approach one of the clothing stalls.
They look at you. Oh, dear me. Looks like you run afoul of a water boat.
Yeah, there was some rough housing, and then
Do you need a blanket?
I think I'm okay. I'm okay, but I'm gonna look at the prices. How expensive is everything?
Much more expensive than the other stuff because these also are festival prices.
Yeah. No, I was just coming to look around. It's fine. Thank you, though.
Nothing costs a monarch, but some stuff costs a couple shards.
Time to play more betting games.
I will look at my money, and I will clutch it in my hand, and I will go find other ones where you're betting on feats of strength.
Roll to see how much money you make.
No, I don't want to use 2d6. I want to use a d12. Hold on. Put the statistics both in and out of my favor. Go with green. 11.
Okay. You get 5 shards back.
I just want to go in there and find clothes for Ezekiel.
Okay, they're all in that black, white, gray
You
pattern.
fit right in.
And these are like fancy clothing because this is festival stalls. So these are like kind of dressed.
Okay, maybe we can
I
fit everything.
tell Ezekiel his price limit, and then I let him pick out his own clothes.
Okay.
Aw.
He will pick out a pair of pants, a normal shirt, and then a weird kind of odd jacket type deal, coat thing. Like everything looks kind of normal until you get to the coat.
It's fine. So what do you want?
Where
And
it
then I'm
looks to be kind of like the coat is the most expensive thing he gets. That you can afford it. You just need to give up all of your money.
All of it?
Every cent.
Can I look at his thing? He's the one
Okay, there.
influencing buying the
That was a very big flash of lightning, and that scared me very badly. A
thought it-
tree just went down.
Oh.
What?
Okay, then.
We might have some technical difficulties these episodes because of a big storm, guys. So, you know.
Falling apart around us.
And I'm assuming Ezekiel refuses to give up his Skechers.
Absolutely not. He will never give up his. What are they? What did we decide his sketches were? The light up ones?
They were
Light
the
up
bright
Skechers.
pink,
Light up.
yeah,
pink,
the
light up
twinkle
Skechers.
toes ones.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He will never surrender them.
Every once in a
Aw.
while, we do a little maintenance on them. Aron will put in like little rocks that glow to fix the
Make
light.
sure they still glow.
Totally here for that. Yeah. And then I will find somewhere to let
I
him
get
change.
That notion. I would do that. Anything to keep the sketch.
Okay. And you change, and now Ezekiel does not look any different from any of the other kids on the road. The thing that would
Okay.
stand out is the colorful clothing, and now he blends
And
in
the-
100%.
Except for the glowing sneakers, but
Except for the sneakers. And he does show those off. All the time.
Ooh, magic shoes!
Jane will actually ask Nox, is it improper for me to join in the festivities, or?
Not really.
you could turn yourself into a doll.
Yeah. Is there like an alleyway somewhere?
Sure, it's a big city.
Can I turn myself into like looking
Look like yourself,
Ezekiel
but you
does?
does.
Or like I want to look like a younger child that would fit in with the crowd.
Like yourself, but like a teenager, or
Yeah.
okay, teenage version of Jane, in the
This
clothing,
boy.
in the black and white sort of clothing style of the area.
Is there like any games that I think Jane would be able to win?
Like the cognitive games or the games of skill, you'd probably have more of a chance on.
Okay. Then Jane will go try it out. Try to do those.
Yeah, you guys have a bunch of fun with a bunch of different games.
At some point, as Matthias just pauses. Didn't we say we had to do this quickly?
Yeah.
I apologize. I got us distracted. We should probably go. Right?
The festival. Yeah, we should.
Where do you wish to go?
Where are they being kept?
They are likely. He will pause and point to the center of town where there is a large tower rising from the city central.
That's the palace, of course.
That is the Kimesto, where Laristus and Thorana live.
Would it be particularly stupid to just try and knock on the door?
Yes.
If our goal is to avoid Laristus knowing you are here, then absolutely.
Okay. Well, it's worth it.
Hey, Athena, can you get close enough to it that I can just like explore it? You know, because it's a distance I can go.
Sure. And
Okay.
Athena will just walk off, quickly skittering through the crowd.
What the hell? And follow her.
She loses you very quickly. She's more adept at navigating a crowd than you are.
It's a face.
Well, we know what the direction she's going anyway.
It's quite
And
obvious,
the crowd
isn't it?
gets, like, there are more people the closer you get to the canister.
Athena, is there a way to make you blend in more? So it's not so obvious that we're strangers. You know how we do feel
Sure.
like.
Give me a second. And she will slide into an alleyway, and her attitude will completely change, and she will, like, look like she has tears in her eyes, and she'll walk to the nearest stranger, like, basically ask them if they have a place she can change.
Oh,
And
wow.
completely convince them, and they let her into her house, and she goes into a back room, and she summons clothing that matches the area and puts it on.
Well, dang.
And then she just changes her posture a little bit, so she looks a little younger. She'll shake off your glasses, too.
Oh boy.
Right? They know
Thank
how to
you.
act.
That's so much better. Yeah. Let's go tower exploring, shall we?
Yeah, and she'll get you near enough to the tower that you can slide in and out of the walls.
Yeah, I start
It is
looking.
Before you do that, what is everyone else doing?
Does Jane have enough to get a piece of jewelry before she goes?
Sure.
Okay. Do they have like
You can always
proper
keep it
ring?
active.
Like a ring or what?
A ring?
Yeah.
Something
Easily.
small. She'll get one of those, and because she saw the other knight use jewelry as a magic, a way to use magic before. So I don't know.
I haven't asked about it in a while. Is my beanie lost? Is Matthias's beanie gone? Because it probably would have been in Ezekiel's bag. So it's gone.
It's
isn't
gone. It's just
Oh
gone.
boy.
And Hazel just sighs. Another thing for her to do eventually.
Because Matthias probably went to like put up his hair and was like patting himself down for his beanie. And just kind of looks at her sadly.
Is there like a cloth stall? Because I feel like we go through quite a bit of cloth.
Glowing beanie. Go.
The whole point was to not draw attention to my hair.
Oh.
Now you're a beacon for real.
But is
Yes,
there like
I
a
have a
cloth
glowing
stall?
beanie.
If there's nothing else. And you can find, like, just clothing. Like, there are actual shops that aren't just stalls that you could go in. Now, it'd be more likely where you're finding raw materials would be an actual shop. And they cost, like, just a length is a couple shades.
Okay. So Jane will take that and like, do they have sewing needles or? Because did Jane lose her backpack too?
Yeah, I'll say because it's a festival of fun, like, deals, it comes free with a tiny sewing kit.
Oh,
Aww.
wonderful.
Some needles
That
and
will
thread.
be useful.
And some buttons.
Okay.
A couple of buttons.
All of it in grades of shades of gray.
And then rush off to go catch up to Athena and everyone else.
Well, we will pick back
Either.
up with Emma.
Oh boy. I'm gonna get spotted.
What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna start in like the entrance and start wandering around looking for any signs.
Then why don't you roll me an investigation check so you can ask some questions?
Plus owl sensors, will to protect, common sense, and learning. That's 10.
Okay. 4 questions.
So I have 4 questions?
Mhm.
All right. Question 1. Does it seem like there's a specific place where there might be more likely to be held?
And you fly through the different floors of the building, coming in and out. The doorway is well guarded.
Mm-hmm.
There are guards on the inside of the building when you peek your head in, and there are guards keeping people away from the doorway on the street. And all around. Just the tower in general on guard duty.
Okay.
There is a raised platform, like a stage, outside of the Kinestro. And above it is a balcony. Where there are seats on the balcony. And sitting on one of the seats, these decadent blackened silver thrones, is a woman that looks reminiscent of the Blue Heart statue saw earlier, Norikar. Long, shadowy hair, silver skin, silver eyes. Some darker makeup on. A fashionable dress made of silks, it looks like, with Blue Heart jewelry on, and a crown, a tiara.
Okay, I stay quote unquote out of sight, so if she could see me, she wouldn't be able to see me.
Yeah.
Like just around the corner.
There are 2 seats next to her. There's one that is bigger, and that is to her left, and is empty. That was, you can use your common sense, that's probably for Laristus.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that's smaller. More child-sized, probably. Black and silver in coloration, and there's a person sitting on it. Long blonde hair. Slightly freckled face, wide, childish blue eyes, and a silver and blue heart circlet that sort of kinda matches. Presumably Thranas. In a puffy, kind of ballroom-esque, kinda shorter in length, black dress is Alyssa. Sitting by her side, bobbing her head to the music ever so slightly. Drinking what looks to be the Moroska you saw earlier in like a goblet-type cup thing. Making some ambient conversation with Tharana, and if you stay out of sight, then you can't hear what they're saying.
I sneak up closer. Carefully.
Why don't you roll me a sneak around?
I'm hoping this is just to hide from Alyssa. That's an 11 already.
Okay, you don't intend anything. You float into the building, so you're coming up behind them.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. They are talking about the festival. It seems like Alyssa is pointing out games she wants to go play later.
Oh.
And asking about the different prizes that she could win.
Why is she wearing a freaking princess? Of course she is. She always gets herself in trouble like this.
She doesn't seem to be in any form of duress.
I figured.
She looks quite happy. Eventually, a dusk, probably a servant, comes in with like food. Trays delivered, just kind of for Alyssa because Sorana doesn't need to eat.
Yeah. I keep looking for the others then, because I know where Alyssa is.
And float away.
Dying. Of course she does. It's not good.
You go into the room behind the balcony room and you kind of look around. Your first question was, where are they likely being held? Yeah? Looking around, this is pretty big. This place is pretty big. So there are a multitude of places, and if they aren't like being held in like a cell, they could be anywhere. And Alyssa doesn't seem to be too prisoner-esque.
Okay. Well, they would need bedrooms. So, are there any bedrooms somewhere that look occupied? Could I just like scour the entire building for them?
It's huge, and it'll take you a while, even flying quickly. And there are a lot of bedrooms that look occupied because presumably all of the servants that live here live in. And there seem to be quite a few of them. There are a bunch of dusks and shadows walking in and out. Hustling and bustling around.
Interesting. Just gonna start mentally making a map of the area and like try to find a path from the balcony back to the front entrance, you know.
Okay. You have 3 more questions.
What are some good questions?
Feel free to chime in. Group at large.
Any good question ideas? Oh, I can.
You should say, is there any like... No, never mind. Forget that. That's a bad question.
I'd have to look up the rules about banking clues for your question, Juno, about how long you can have banked clues.
Okay.
Until it's irrelevant. I go back to watching Alyssa talking with the other one. Does what's her name again? Thorana? Does she look like she has any ulterior motive towards Alyssa other than making her feel at home?
Thorana seems quite happy with the situation that she has here. Like, there is a sort of, like, she kind of fusses over Alyssa almost a little bit, like, fixing her dress and crown and stuff. Like, making sure she doesn't eat too fast. In a very parental-esque manner of, like, oh, no, don't do that!
I hope they don't try to convert her.
There, like, you would know from what Nox has told you of the motives of why Laristus brought
they wanted
the
to
Kingmakers
choose
here. But Aron just seems perfectly happy to have some company that she could fuss over.
Where's Laristus?
Not, you look around, not in the Canesto.
Huh? Oh boy.
One more question.
Can you ask, like, where is somebody, or...
Those are probably in their system. Normally, Alyssa's around Kai, yes? So...
She's next to him likely.
Why is Kai not nearby?
Doesn't look like he's in the Canesto either.
None of them are. Got it. They're being held somewhere else. Can I go like down to like see if there's any dungeons or something below?
And just float through the floor just to see if you can find anything.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you.
Oh.
As everyone else begins to converge on the Camesto outside of it. Matthias, you're not stealthy at all. In fact,
No.
I would say you stand out from the crowd very obviously. Especially from a view looking top down and seeing only your hair without the hat. You would say that's true?
I think I would say that true. But we're trying to be incognito, so can I at least have the ability, because I did talk about putting on my hat, the ability to attempt to be a little bit more stealthy.
How are you going to attempt to be more stealthy?
I'm going to put my hood on.
Roll me a sneak around.
I hope your hoodie
You
isn't
know
getting
what
hot
weakness
right away.
what did you roll?
What
did you roll? What did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
Yep.
Okay. You
Oh
gonna
boy,
try to
let me
add
know.
anything to that?
Just for giggles.
Just try to get it to something.
You have like 2 tags to add. Would work
Lovely.
because I can act sure-footed and look like I blend in.
Okay.
Oh
2.
boy.
Okay.
Well,
No, you fail. You fail hard.
I felt miserably.
You're dancing still, kinda, because you're caught up in the you're carrying a bunch of stuffed animals with a glowing cart of stuffed animals behind you.
You're the opposite of stealth.
You are
Jane-
not stealth. You are
Jane
not.
will
You're
approach Matthias and be like, "Look, I know you got really offended last time."
Emma, are you still near Alyssa?
Yes.
You see
That
her
would be
point out
like-
Matthias in the crowd.
Oh God, Athena.
You float down to Athena to give her the warning.
Yes, Athena. They noticed them. No, I'm gonna go sink into
Approaching
the
them to
floor.
give them that
now.
message then. That would be stupid. You
Yeah.
approach them. Athena disappears into the crowd.
And I start to sink down on the floor. If there's attention, which I'm pretty sure there is.
Thorana stands up from her throne. You guys can all see Thorana. They're kind of far away, so making out if that is Alyssa or not for you guys might be a little harder.
Does she have a daughter?
Can I roll to? Will Jane recognize Alyssa?
I mean, yeah, Jane and Emma would recognize Alyssa on sight, because you know her well.
No, that's Alyssa.
Alyssa, when you see she's making eye contact, waves at you.
Panics. I don't see Kai or any of the others though.
I'm gonna lean to Jane and I'm
The
gonna
aura card,
do this
which
for-
is similarly Thorana, stand up behind her. She raises a hand,
Oh God, no.
and all the music stops.
We're raising her hand all over the
Oh, I was vibing to that.
I still look like a dusk though. Does she recognize me?
She probably recognizes me.
You guys are all talking to each other. You're in a group. Except,
but it looks like
except
Maddie's
for
just
Athena,
talking to
who
her
has
dad.
purposefully separated herself from you guys.
It just
Stand out like a
looks
sore
like,
thumb, okay? Just stand out like a sore thumb.
It looks like Mattie and Aron are talking to a dusk woman. Oh no, actually a younger. No, you look like
You look like a younger version of yourself. A teenager,
Should have
if you would recall.
disguised as a dusk. Isn't easier.
Matthias is
Hey.
gonna sarcastically put his hood up.
And thank you for your attendance of the Choral Makia. She makes some gestures with her hands. I would like to bring some special guests up to the stage. there are suddenly guards circling you guys, sort of shepherding your group up to the stage.
Matthias is gonna like plant his feet in the ground and like look at Nox and be like, is this something we go with?
Nox is nowhere to be seen.
He did yell when he noticed you guys were obvious.
Can Jane,
Traitor.
like, is Jane, like, is Alyssa pointed out Jane specifically?
Alyssa's pointed out all of you guys. Everyone except for Athena, who has disappeared.
I scoop Ezekiel under one arm and his wyvern toy under the other. And I look at the others. Is anyone else showing resistance?
Is anyone else?
Are they
showing
being rough about it?
No, they're just kind of herding you in that direction.
I'm gonna just, like, hey, like, give them the gesture, like, back off a little bit. And then we will, like, I don't know. But I want us to be able to walk up there without them, like...
Oh yeah, they're not, like pushing you or anything. They're not even really near you. They just kind of appeared out of the crowd in like a circular formation where if you tried to run, they would catch you.
And so what is the vibe they're giving off? Do they look like down to business, or do they look like, yay, special guest?
A little bit of both, depending on the guard.
Matthias
Like, some of them are
settles in his stance until someone tells him otherwise.
Jane is gonna, like, play a dusk woman, and she's gonna look confused, like, why am I a special guest?
Please, join us on the stage. And people start separating, so it's just you guys in a group, surrounded by these guards.
God.
We wish to welcome you to the city proper. This festival is practically in your honor. Join us on stage.
Unless someone else moves, Matthias is standing still.
What is Aron doing?
I'd probably go with that. I don't want to cause any extra problems. I feel like they could easily.
So Aron starts moving toward the stage.
Slowly, but I guess, yeah, just very uncomfortable.
Matthias follows, but is very, very hyper vigilant about any guards who are looking like they're about to get aggressive.
No, they all stand back.
They can't know that I have the ability to disguise myself.
You look
You
like
look
yourself,
like a
but
younger
younger.
Younger.
You
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
this
that's
like
what you
3
said.
times.
This will be
Alyssa
fine.
has pointed you out like a couple times, so.
I will walk up to Alyssa and, like, wave at her.
They're above you on the stage. Welcome, Kingmakers, Kingmakers, to the city of Laristus. And she will step off the balcony and sort of float down to you. My name is Tele. It is a pleasure that you're all here. Did not expect you so soon. But a pleasure nonetheless. Please, I welcome you inside. You have already clearly enjoyed the festivities, and I hope that we can continue to help you enjoy them farther.
Enjoy them farther in a prison cell, I mutter nearby.
We're not there. Emma, you're not there right now. You all must be... You look quite disheveled from your journey here, I would assume.
Heard that special. Don't scare me.
Would you like to come inside?
Where are the others?
Alyssa is up there. The rest are with my husband, with Laristus, preparing for the ceremony proper.
What's the ceremony about?
Well, it's more my husband's deal than mine. He's much more of the party planner, believe it or not.
I like parties.
I do too. I mean, a city of festivals. We love to have these. I believe they're going to do some sort of parade.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
This is a little young to go walking around the city all day. So, she's sitting here with me. We're at the end of the parade line to meet them when they're done. Don't. Okay, copyright. Stop. I'm muting you.
I'm not saying any of the song. I'm not saying the words.
We can whisper. We can. If I can hear you, the recording can hear you.
Bummer.
I'm gonna have to cut that all out. More than 5 seconds.
In the background was the bat that's the shape of the monetize logo. Like, sup?
I'll ask again. Would you like to come inside? Would you like to participate? I do not wish to force you to do anything. I realize I'm putting you on the spot here. And we're always one for ceremony.
Okay, I guess.
Why don't we go inside and talk? After all, we don't know much about,
I would be happy to guide you. And she will lead you in the grand double doors to the Kimesto opening. And she leads you all inside. I'm sure Alyssa will want to join in this conversation. She's quite enthusiastic, so you'll walk up to her. And she'll lead you through. Up to almost the top floor. Where Alyssa has bounded inside and is hopping excitedly. You're here, you're here, you're here! I knew it! I called it! Ha! Yeah! This is why you don't make bets with people who have divination powers. Ha! I get 20 shades.
Alyssa?
Yeah?
Did you tell everyone that you think we were going to be here today?
Uh-huh.
Did you think maybe that might not have been a good idea?
Nope. Why would it be a bad idea?
No reason. It's fine.
Nina owes me 30 shades.
Matthias is gonna lean to Jane. What is with kids and not knowing they were kidnapped?
honestly, that is a great question, Matthias. Can Jane send, like, because Jane is gonna, like, can Jane send, like, fear to Alyssa?
You want to make her scared?
No, I want to, like, tell her, like...
You do not have telepathic abilities. It is.
Okay.
If you make someone feel an emotion, they are the ones feeling that emotion. And especially at a young age, Alyssa would not be able to differentiate her emotions
caution?
from your emotions.
What about
Sure,
caution?
she doesn't seem to change in attitude in any way, but...
Okay. And then...
Let's see what this song does. This is good. For now.
I'll turn to, like, the other, the woman, and, I'm terrible with names.
Sarana.
And I'll be like, so it's a parade, right? What are they doing in the parade?
Well, there are some magical floats. There is some talk about them recruiting some wyvern guard. No, it's just a rumor. Laristus does like his surprises, and he moved it to be on my birthday, so... on my Ascendance Day.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Sweetheart.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
What does Matthias have on him?
But I'm pleasantly surprised that you all are here.
What are her emotions reading it? Like,
Pleasantly surprised.
okay. That's what I thought, but, like, I was looking for a darker undertone there.
No, she seems perfectly pleasant in every way.
Mm. Is it possible we could meet with them before their parade?
I could send him a scrying stone, though goodness knows he's probably busy with preparation. And he's... Don't mean to talk bad about my husband behind his back, but he is very bad at responding to scrying stones promptly.
Jane will look just a little sad at that. And like
scheduling has never, like, he likes to plan, but time management has never been his biggest strong suit. He loses track of time in the celebration process. It happens
I know
when you
a
don't
couple
need to
people who-
sleep or rest or anything. You just kind of, you lose track of time.
Okay.
We'll have people expecting.
But really, I am surprised that you all are here. We had the animal brought to us for the obvious reasons. It would be difficult for anyone on the mainland to get to the Denal through regular means. I'm curious how you all came to be here.
We got a ride through a thing.
Is this a mainland thing? Because I probably would know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, pleasantly surprised nonetheless. It's good to have you all here. But you all, no offense, you look a little disheveled from your journey, as I said earlier. Yeah, we can arrange changes of clothing, food, water, things. I'm informed that all would need.
Well, we were actually hoping that our friends and us could go, because there's a lot of places we need to go see as Kingmakers, you know?
You'd have to talk to my husband about that. Of course, he's in charge of most things around the castle.
I don't know, you had wasn't that your statue? You look a lot like that pretty statue.
I deal with outside the castle.
Oh, I see.
He rules the kingdom. I rule the army.
Guys. She's the non-misogynistic version of a trophy wife. She's a wife, but she has trophies. She's a trophy wife, but not in a misogynistic way. This is amazing. Okay, sorry. That was my one good thought for today.
That was wonderful, Mattie.
But I can arrange a meeting with your friends, certainly. I imagine you would want to meet them. I've heard some about you all from Melissa. She likes to talk. Alyssa nods. You're very interesting to talk about. Very interesting to hear about, too. But she rings a little bell and some servants come in and they start like furiously taking your guys' measurements for clothing. And she tells one of them to bring in some more food. And some chairs and seating is brought in as well.
Oh.
I'm curious to learn more about you from your own mouths, though. In case you didn't know, my name is Sarana. We don't usually do last names in the Mortani. Especially as an Orcar, some Dusks maintain last names from when they are human. We generally discard them. So it's just Sarana, but what are your names and likes and dislikes? Is there any food allergies, anything I should know about?
No food allergies here. How do you explain this to someone what a tomato is, but they don't know what a tomato is? I'm gonna look at Ezekiel. I'm sorry, dude. You might just have to eat tomatoes. They don't know what tomatoes are. I can't warn them that you don't like tomatoes if they don't know what that is.
But and I know, for example, Miss Nina, she does not eat meat. Do either of you vegetarian? I believe that's the term she used.
Oh, there's this thing I really like called Strelith.
I don't think we have Strellis. I know some of the warmer climates grow it. But unfortunately, we do not have it here. But we do have candies here, the stuff that is just similar. You've probably seen some of the weary food outside. That is our candied food of choice here.
Jane would like to make note of the servants who come out to, like, of what they look like. Specifically, one of them, in detail.
I see what you're doing. You can do that. You can do that. It's not hard. Jane's pretty good with faces.
I, like, really need to go to the bathroom. Anybody else?
I know girls usually go to the bathroom in packs, but no thank you, dude.
Plan.
Are you sure? I thought you were talking about it earlier. Maybe it was someone in the crowd. I don't know.
Sure, well, one of my servants will lead you there.
Yes, thank you very much.
Matthias is standing there like, and then he's immediately like, oh, I get it. Damn. But he doesn't say anything.
Melissa begins to chit-chat excitedly with anyone who's willing to talk to them. So what have you guys been up to since you came here? What have you seen? Who have you talked to? What have you done?
What we've done is try to avoid them.
Nope, not gonna say that to a child. We had many adventures.
Give me the specifics!
No thanks.
Okay then, Aron, what are you willing to tell me? Melissa quickly turns to you, Aron.
Things happen. Leave it here.
Want to be any more specific than that?
It was probably sunny at least one of those days. Probably.
Killing me! Do you want me to go first or something? Why are you guys holding back?
I mean, if you want to go first.
Do you promise to go second then?
No.
Then I'm not going at all. My lips are sealed.
So are mine.
Hey, Ezekiel. What have you been up to?
Ezekiel? You remember the silent game? Starting now.
He zips his lips.
I think you... I can't tell you this because I'm not there.
You guys are mean. Why did you come all this way if you're not coming to share?
We came to pick you up.
What if I don't want to go?
I guess I can't make you, can I?
Nope. You can't.
I guess Ezekiel doesn't even have to share his Weavern plushie.
Ha! I already have one.
Oh, you do you?
I've been living here.
You've been living here, haven't you? Okay. We'll strike a deal now. You tell me what you've been up to, and I might tell you what we've been up to.
I might tell you truthfully then. Got a good deal for you? I'm sure it was sunny one of those days.
Yes, Alyssa, I will go next if you tell us.
Okay, well, landed with the bus, right? Yeah? We all remember that. Okay.
We remember that
then
part.
That weird smoky monster thing attacked. And we were all and it was me, Kai, because he was holding my hand, then Nina, Gabriel, and Lucille. They're all together, right?
Uh-huh.
And Kai let us just walk on air, and I was guiding us in this direction, because I knew this is where we would need to go, right?
Okay.
Toward the shore. To the shore we went, and we walked on air, and it was super cool. Kai's part was just so much fun. I got to ride a bird.
We got to ride a bird too! It was Miss Adalaie.
That's cool, so she could, yeah, that's cool. But I got to ride a bird, and then we landed for a little while, because Kai needs to sleep, and be rested, and we had some fun group bonding time. Nina's super great at it. She's good at gelling us. We all work together pretty well.
That group's something.
Ooh, we need some of that.
And all of us treat each other with equality, because I get my vote counts just as much as anyone else's. And we all voted on stuff.
We also need some of that.
And then we went to the coast, and I fell asleep because I was tired, walking all day.
Yeah.
And I woke up, and I was here.
Wow.
And it was great.
That sounds great. And now you're here.
And while we were here, this is fun. So we got to go. I got a whole bunch of clothes, and I got to learn. And I'm learning how to use what's it called? A javelin. Learn how to throw javelins.
No. Matthias, and then pulls his javelin off his back. Did you know what I did? Do you know how I got into that school?
Can you throw javelins?
The furthest, I hold the record at this school. Or at least javelin. Someone's faster.
Because I'm starting with weight training, so I can be strong enough to hold a javelin. I'm not very strong right now. But they're Miss Serrana's weapon of choice, so she agreed to teach me.
Whose weapon of choice is the javelin?
Serrana. She points to her.
I'm gonna point at her, and I'm just gonna be like, respect, and then go back to talking to Alyssa.
And she will nod at you. Catalina knows with you guys. Looking around warily. They brought her a chair, like anything else, and then she's sitting down next to Matthias.
Yeah, our journey doesn't sound as fun as yours. Are you sure you want to hear about it?
Yeah! You agreed.
Okay.
Promised.
Okay, so I'm going next. So what happened when we landed in the forest, and then there was a smoke monster, and then it was me, and it was Emma, and it was Jane, and it was Aron, and it was Miss Adalaie, and of course Ezekiel, because I was holding his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was also Mara, and we were poofed into the outskirts of a town. I'm not very good at telling stories, so bear with me here.
Do you?
What?
I think it would be faster to say what you don't tell Alyssa.
Don't tell her. I say that I don't tell her that Ezekiel was kidnapped. I just vaguely mentioned that we had to come pick Ezekiel up. And I don't tell her the gruesome details. I leave those out. The stabs and blah, 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 blah. I do say oh, we got into a fight with this thing, and oh, we got into a fight with that thing. But,
and she makes
I
the
leave out
appropriate oohs and ahs. Very good listener.
And now we're here. After our entire boat burns down.
While you're telling the story, Jane, you're going to the bathroom.
So there's only one guard with me, right?
Yeah, and it's just a maid, not a guard. Okay.
And when I said Strellis earlier,
you activated your blue heart weapon.
So, is anyone around right now?
I mean, it's a bathroom.
Okay, she's in the bathroom with me?
No,
Or outside?
she's probably outside waiting to guide you back, but left you to your devices.
I'm gonna... Wait, is there anything... I'm gonna investigate the bathroom. Hold up.
What do you want here?
Well, is there anything, like... Is this in any way different from our world's system?
I mean, there's not indoor plumbing. There seemed to be some water magic going on here.
Do they have toilet paper?
Yes, they'll have some semblance near toilet paper. It's not nearly as well developed or comfortable as this world's toilet paper.
Okay.
It is highly sought after.
I'm gonna throw that in the trash. And I'm gonna call it to the maid.
Yes?
Is there a stall? Like,
it's just a room.
I ran out of toilet paper. Could you bring me some, please?
Yes, miss, I'll be right back.
Okay, and
Her footsteps walking away.
I'm gonna wait for her to... I'm debating if I should knock her out and disguise myself as her so nobody else finds her, or just sneak away. But
what would Jane do?
Well, if I don't, she'll notice I'm missing if she comes back and I'm not here. So I have to, like, somehow get her to forget that I was here.
Yes.
I know you're headed back on your own, that you know how to.
I will disguise myself as, was there another servant, perhaps?
Yeah, you memorized a couple faces, so.
So I'll turn myself into a different, like, maid.
Mm-hmm.
And when she comes back, I'm going to convince her that I already took care of it.
Roll me a convince check.
I hope this succeeds.
7.
3 more.
I'm going to use compelling visage. Creative, because this is a situation I'm trying to be creative about and get myself out of, and discretion is advised because I'm trying to draw attention away from myself.
Okay. And I am on vacation right now, so I don't have all my weakness papers with me. So if you could send your weaknesses, everyone, in the chat.
Okay.
Brilliant. But I will let you succeed this one, so. I got a bunch of fight. So she, like, thanks you and moves along.
Okay. And now I'm going to investigate to try to find a way out. Through the servants' quarters, because I am not going to go out the front door.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
6. I'd like to use studious, because I'm studying the patterns of the servants as they are walking in the hallway. The right questions, because I'm trying to locate an exit. Woman's intuition, to try to find my way out. And can I use creative, or I use that last?
Yeah, it's a different skill.
One. Okay, and then creative to try and find the place.
So 4 questions, yeah.
Yeah.
Your first question is, can I find a way out? Obviously.
Yeah.
It's not a better. Yes, there is a servant's entrance.
Okay.
That you could come and go out of in your disguise.
Did the servants have like name tags on them?
No.
Okay. Can I find like another maid? I'm gonna ask them. I'm terribly late today, and were they referred to as what? And the master of the house asked me to assist in the upcoming parade. I'm not quite certain where to go.
Oh, you poor dear. Here, let me give you directions. And they'll give you directions across town to where the parade's supposed to start.
Okay.
She just up and left.
I'm trying to think of what else I have 2 more questions, so I'm trying to think of what I should use them on. Does anyone else have any ideas?
Maybe try to see if they're sneaking any food down into a basement of sorts.
You should ask if the other esteemed guests are already at the parade, or if you need to prepare them still.
Okay. Can I word for word ask that question?
Yes, and the maid will review. Yes, I believe they were taken, most of them, except for young Lady Lisa, were taken over earlier today by Lord Laristus.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then, before I exit that door, can I look around for rooms or like, I don't know, as a serving maid, can I say like, oh, I'm also very new. I got lost when I know they left some of their belongings in the rooms and I was supposed to bring those with me. Could you possibly direct me there as well?
Of course. And the maid you're talking to will bring you up to like the guest room section, and she'll point out the rooms that they're staying in.
Okay. Can I just take
well made and immaculate because they've been cleaned by the maids.
Alright.
Where they haven't been slept in.
If you want to be sinister about it, sure.
Can I peek in there and like, are there belongings there, or are they all gone?
You used your last question to get here?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay. Should I investigate again? Or just get out?
Get out.
Get out?
Pushing your luck, investigating twice in a row.
Especially since you can't use the same thing.
But since she's waiting outside the room, I will take out, let's see. I'll take up, like, my sketchbook, and I'll, like, say, oh, I found the item, thank you so much, and...
Of course. And you get on your way. Back into the festival air. Where, as you're walking and you're shifting, a hand grabs your wrist and you see Athena looking vaguely concerned. We can walk and talk.
Jin will nod, and having disguised herself as a dusk. If
Emma. You went down?
Yes.
Well, as you go down,
oh boy.
Perhaps not all is well.
Knew it.
In the Camista, as you float down through a thick layer of dirt before you reach a passageway. Arcane symbolage covers the walls, ceiling to floor, ceiling to floor. You see notes you can hardly understand written about magical properties that kind of fly over your head a bit. But they seem like schematics for complex arcane artifacts, perhaps. Artifacts, one of which looks familiar.
Oh god.
The intricate crown that Alyssa wears on her head is in one of these schematics, as well with other innocuous, bejeweled items.
Oh boy. I go specifically over to the crown because wearing it on her head, if it's a mind controlling thing, then that would be a problem.
Yeah, but we will stop as you pick up the notes, and we pull away.
She's mind control.
We pull away to the capital, the Evra. Where currently, Uriha was juggling being pissed with being pissed as he looked at Alas and Maylai. You found the Kingmakers. Alas nodded. You lost the Kingmakers. Maylai nodded, much slower. You decided to listen to love Alien and just fuck off and leave them in his care? Both had the decency to break eye contact. What part of please stay out of Solaris's religious chess match did I not make clear? He hissed as Aron sighed in the background. You said Alien was one of the okay ones, and we thought that getting back here to tell you all the changes in plans was more important. Okay does not equate to follow his damnable advice and presumably leave the Kingmakers in his inevitable, ineffable care. Maylai's brow furrowed, and her frown deepened into a scowl. We didn't follow his words like mindless zombies, Uri. We had information you needed. Please be grateful we tried. Tried?! He exclaimed before taking a sharp, deep breath. These weren't his enemies. If anything, they were close to his friends. Friends who had no experience with the little games the Adalaie played behind closed doors. No idea they'd handed Alien a trump card on a silver platter. Sticking with the chess metaphor, this was check. He gritted his teeth. Thanks for thinking of me. Really, I appreciate it. But you used your cards to get there, and then here. Now you only have mine left. There was a beat of silence before Alas spoke. You don't want to go back with us? I don't want to go back, in general. Aron moved away in the corner of his vision. Too polite. He must have thought he was encroaching on something he shouldn't. That was what Uriha liked about him. He only pressed when it was necessary. He only encroached when he thought he needed to. He was strict, serious, but genuinely nice. It was infuriating that to most of his people like Aron were enemies. Or worse, tools. Alas looked like she was about to say something in his beat of silence. He interceded faster. But I will throw myself back into that shark take. But you need to help Aron. Alas blinked. If you want to trade, that's fine. But there's still a Kingmaker in the Sapphire Palace, and we need to know what the hell's up with Evra. And with that, episode 22 of Kingmakers today comes to an end. I've been your MC, and we'll see you all next time.